Season 5 Reloaded is here, and today I have the pleasure of showing my favorite glitch in Modern Warfare 3. Now this video is updated for Season 5 Reloaded, and it allows you to get nukes in multiplayer and Warzone. It makes the game much easier to play, giving you easier lobbies, and yes, it 100% still works. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to support me for absolutely free. I put hours into these methods and these videos. Now with this glitch, again, you can unlock any camos, armory unlocks, weapons, anything like that in the game before Black Ops 6 comes out, so that you can use this in future Warzone games. Now I have updated footage of this working in Season 5 Reloaded. I will include it at the end of the video just for simply for proof purposes, but otherwise I will be reusing the footage that I have in previous videos with a better explanation. So I've learned a lot from doing this glitch over the past couple of months. Now this glitch has been out for quite a while, and if you don't know what it is, essentially all you're doing is hijacking someone's lobby who has a lower skill level. Now you can do this with a friend, you can do this with a random person, or you can do this with a secondary account. Now there's multiple different ways that you can do this, but I would highly suggest one method over a few of the others. Now generally speaking, I suggest that you do this in multiplayer. You can do it in Warzone, but it will be a little bit different. We'll explain why in a second, but the long story short of it is the #1 requirement, and the only requirement really for this glitch, is that you have two players, or two accounts rather, separate accounts that can play multiplayer or Warzone. If you have a account, for example, since Warzone is free, I'm sure there are a ton of Warzone players watching this, yes, you can have a free Warzone account as your secondary account, or also as your first account. You can do this for both game modes. So first I'm going to show you how to do it in multiplayer. Here is my secondary account. Now for me personally, I just use Xbox trial accounts because I switched from Xbox over to PC. So this account is a 14-day trial account for $1, and then it lasts a couple more days and they drop it off. So long story short, I'm going to search for a game in multiplayer once I have fully signed this account up. If you didn't know, it's included in Game Pass, so an Xbox Game Pass trial account will get Call of Duty, at least they will get Modern Warfare 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to add that player as a friend on your friends list. They're going to search for a game, and you're going to make sure that you have that friend ready to go, ready to join their party rather. You're sitting here and waiting to go. So you can see at the bottom of the screen, this is my secondary dummy account, the player with lower skill. Obviously on my main account, I'm going to have a higher skill level because this is what I actually try on. On this other account, this account has not ever played a single game, and you'll see why in a second. They never actually start their games. They always leave in the pre-game lobby. So they're going to search for a game, and then I'm going to try to join them up. Now there's a couple of things that can happen whenever you join up, and I'm going to explain them just so you guys aren't confused at all, and you can walk forward and do this glitch first try. So you're going to get put into what's called pre-game lobby. So you're going to be in the pre-game waiting lobby, if you will, trying to wait to join your friend in the pre-game lobby. Now you may sit there forever and the game may start, such as this. You can see on the secondary account, I search for a game and it's already started and it's going to join up. At this point, you would just simply leave the lobby and research. Typically it takes me about like 2 to 3 tries, about like 2 minutes to actually find a lobby. It's really not hard. Most of the time you're going to find a lobby with just a few players like that, and then it's going to fill up real quick. At that point, you want to join the lobby whenever you first find that pre-game lobby. As soon as you find other players with your secondary account, simply join it with your main account. So if this is a little bit confusing to you guys, let me explain what the process actually is. So what you're doing is you're taking your secondary account, or your low skill account in this case, and you're searching for a multiplayer game. Now once the game has been fully found, such as right here, you will then join with your main account. The lobby's already been formed. The game's already taken the skill of your dummy account and said, okay, find other players, right? It's called skill-based matchmaking for a reason. It finds the game, and then you join up in that player after the fact. At that point, your dummy account can leave, and this is why this account has never played a multiplayer game in its life. Every single time that I do this, I just leave with the secondary account. Another player will fill in their place. Nothing will go wrong. We won't be down a player or anything like that whenever the game gets around to starting, but I will be in a lower skill lobby. So overall, what this glitch allows you to do is obvious. You're essentially being put in a lower bracket. Think of it as if you were on a football team or something like that, and you were or rather baseball team, and AAA versus AA versus everything like that. It's like different leagues, right? That's how skill-based skill-based matchmaking works. And so if you're abusing it to the point where you're using someone else's skill level who is lower than you, now these lobbies are extremely easy for you. So this is how I normally get my nukes, my camos, or my challenges. This is how I'm putting out videos so quickly, is because I have the ability to use this secondary account to make my multiplayer experience way easier. Now, to be quite honest with you guys, skill-based matchmaking in general is morally wrong, but at the same time, this is definitely a glitch that people would argue with you on and not really be super happy about. So I don't typically advertise this glitch, but I show you guys as a way of, if they want to fix this glitch, it's already out in the open, and they definitely know about this glitch. It's been around for years and multiple Call of Duties. It's a flaw in their system, and all you're doing is abusing it to your advantage. Now for Warzone, it's a little bit different, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Now for Warzone, you can't find the lobby and then join, if that makes sense. So what I just explained with multiplayer, how you search for a game, find the game, and then join your dummy account once the pregame lobby has already been formed, you cannot do it that way. Once a Warzone pregame lobby has been formed, no one else can join. The game picks the players themselves. They do not let people who are in pregame queue, so to speak, waiting to join their friends, they don't allow them in. So long story short, what you're gonna have to do is actually join your friend and then have them search. But just for demonstration purposes, let me show you what happens. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I do for multiplayer, and I'm gonna hover over join party. I'm gonna have my dummy account search for a Warzone game. Now while he's searching for a Warzone game, I'm gonna join up as soon as they find a pregame lobby. But the problem is I'm always going to be waiting for party, and that's what I'm talking about. This is the difference between Warzone and multiplayer. In multiplayer, once you find the pregame lobby, you can still join. If a spot opens up, you can join a multiplayer game mid-match. But they don't want people joining Warzone games mid-match, so I presume that is the reason why this is set up the way it is. So you're probably asking yourself, okay, quit rambling, what do I need to do instead? And instead, you can see here, you just simply search for the game with your teammate. So with your dummy account, you have the dummy account be host, they search for a Warzone game, and then as soon as the pregame lobby is formed, they then back out without party. And what that'll allow you to do is you'll become party leader, and you'll be playing in a Resurgence Duos as a solo player, but you should be playing with lower skilled players. So that's the general premise, right? And that's how it's a little bit different. Generally speaking, the lobbies are much easier. I was able to definitely solo a couple of duo teams, but if you're not really a high skill player, I don't suggest doing this. If you enjoy Warzone in general, I suggest that you play with random players and just play in your skill bracket. There is really no way around this unless you are to a high enough skill level, right, where you can handle being down a player. That's where I would suggest this glitch in Warzone. In multiplayer, again, I can play as a solo player in these lower skill lobbies and have an easier time. And that's why I suggested for multiplayer over Warzone, but either way, this is how you do it in both modes. So if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you smash that like button, comment down bananas if you watched through till this point, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.